Hey everyone, welcome to Zoology with Will. Today we are going to look at some incredible gecko TikToks, but what I'm really hoping with this video is that I managed to show you something you haven't seen before. Let's dive in. Oh dear. That's exactly the kind of chaos we like to see on this channel. I'm pretty sure that was a tokay gecko, so I would say the lizard was fine. I'm really not worried about it. They are tough as nails. But yeah, sometimes animals trash stuff and you can't really get angry about it. It's just what they do. So many of these fake videos around now. That was 100% fake. It'd be cool if it was real though.
Look at this. Oh, perfect.
There we go.
Oh my god. Oh, Chris. I know, it's my dream.
That looked really unpleasant for the poor lizard. That was a leopard gecko having a keratin plug removed from its eye. So a keratin plug is basically just a build-up of skin. It comes from the eye not functioning properly and the animal not shedding properly either. So usually we've got two things going on here. The main culprit is often humidity. Leopard geckos, they need humid hides, preferably a couple if you can, if you've got a big enclosure. Also, when the eyes get really bad, you often find that there is a vitamin A deficiency involved as well. Anytime you have a lizard, turtle or tortoise that has problems with its eyes, always make sure that you get it treatment like that. That's what they should do. But also review the diet and make sure they're getting enough vitamin A. Wow, beautiful. I'm pretty sure that was a giant leaf-tailed gecko. Honestly, I didn't know they were that docile. There you go. Proof tokay geckos can be tame. Honestly, I think you've got a lot better chance if you get a nice captive bred one of taming them. In the wild, they can be pretty grouchy. You can tame them. It's a myth that they're always very defensive. Still don't get why you would ever do this. Why would you put a really delicate, fragile little animal that can't really defend itself very well next to a cat? Cats love to bite stuff, they love to scratch stuff. They're not nasty, they don't mean it, it's just their nature, they're cats. So why would you put your pets next to one?
Hi.
Oh dear. So it was amazing to see that was a baby crested gecko, I think. Amazing to see it coming out of the egg. That's extraordinary. But imagine your first experience being falling off a table onto the floor. That would suck. So I hope it was okay. It probably was okay because it's very small and very light, but still. That was pretty cool. There's a lot of geckos that do eat their skin. That was a giant day gecko. But they seem to be particularly picky about it. They seem to get every last scrap. It's quite interesting to see, really. What an absolute chunk. That is about the upper size limit for African fat-tailed geckos. And in case you haven't kept one before, they're actually probably my favourite species of gecko. They're like a leopard gecko, but they're a slightly different colour, obviously. But I find they're even more gentle and shy and just calm. They've just got a really nice temperament to them. So if you are in the position to get one day, maybe give it a try. Wow, that was two tokay geckos, and the one was clearly trying to save the other one. Now, it's not a species that just makes friends for, the heck of it. It's not common for them to be social just for the sake of it. What we probably saw there, I would guess, would be a bonded pair who were breeding. But yeah, pretty intense stuff. They are tough. Like I said, tokay geckos are really, really tough for their size. They can give a snake a run for its money any day.
My mom told me to just be myself and people would like me.
Okay, despite what I said about the African fat-tailed geckos earlier, I guess I would have to admit that leopard geckos are cuter.
Am I dumb?
That handling seemed a little bit unnecessary and a little bit stressful for the lizard. Just my opinion, let me know what you think in the comments.
This is Leo. Leo is one of our Urodactyloides geckos, or chameleon geckos. They are a sort of micro-species of gecko from New Caledonia. I am especially proud of Leo, or Leona, to be determined, because this is the first one that we have hatched from an egg and raised up since it hatched, and that was August 1st. So it's been a really cool experience watching it grow, and we've really fallen in love with these guys. They're a super unique species of gecko. Check them out.
Chameleon geckos are just another amazing species of gecko from New Caledonia. They're small but long-lived, and they're docile. I mean, you really couldn't ask for more. I'm surprised that they're not becoming more popular in the pet trade. Yet, I suppose it could still happen. Crested geckos are amazing in so many ways. If I'm completely honest, I had forgotten how vocal they could be. It is fascinating to see that they've got these levels of behaviour and these different vocalizations. That's really cool. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to hit all notifications, because that kind of thing really helps me learn what you enjoy watching.
This is not a leopard gecko. This is a western banded gecko, native to western U.S. It looks like a leopard gecko, which is found on the opposite side of the world, because this camouflage is great for arid areas.
Banded geckos are extremely beautiful. They are really just like a little leopard gecko. I think they're a little bit more delicate in captivity, but I could be saying that because when I was younger, they were often wild caught. So definitely another species to look into if you're interested in keeping these animals.
Alright guys, so this lychee is pretty territorial. She's in her cork bark, and when I touch her, she does not want to be bothered. So I'm going to show you how we take this girl out without causing her too much stress and without getting bit. So first thing, I want to get her basically to understand that we're not going to harm her. But the best way to do that is by getting the piece of cork that she's on and getting it out of the enclosure. Let's see if I could get her to... I'm basically trying to get her to come outside, because if I stick my hand in there, I'm going to get bit. Yeah, she definitely...
She almost sounded like a French bulldog, the noises there. One thing you can try, if you've got like a moody little animal in a tight spot like that, you can always try tickling them with a paintbrush. It sounds ridiculous, but it works for smaller stuff. It works really well for tarantulas, and there's no way you can harm them. Unfortunately though, a lychee that size, if you tickled it with a paintbrush, it's probably just going to look at you and carry on growling. Knob-tailed geckos, one of the many incredible species that live in Australia. To me, I think that was probably a territorial display. There must have been other geckos nearby. I don't think it was defensive, but let me know what you think. The wonder gecko is another really just amazing species. I'm kind of sat there thinking how much I'd like to have one myself, and I never have had one in captivity. I know that a few people call them the giant frog-eyed gecko, I think it is, and there's probably other common names, but I mean the way they look is so amazing, like a mishmash of different adaptations with their big eyes and their fish scales on the back. I'm going to carry on calling them the wonder gecko because I think they deserve that name.
This bizarre little lizard is the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, a creature of the night that blends seamlessly into its surroundings. This creature, native to Madagascar, is a master of camouflage. With its flattened body, leaf-like tail, and mottled skin, it's nearly impossible to spot among the trees. But it's not just its appearance that makes this gecko so captivating. Its behavior is equally intriguing. During the day, it remains motionless, clinging to tree trunks or rocks, almost indistinguishable from the surrounding foliage. As night falls, it comes to life, hunting for insects with its keen eyesight and stealthy movements. With its specialized toe pads, it's an agile climber, capable of scaling even the smoothest surfaces. Thriving in habitats with sparse vegetation and rocky outcrops, this gecko's remarkable adaptations have allowed it to survive in environments where few other creatures can.
Satanic leaf-tailed geckos have such incredible crypsis and camouflage. It would just be amazing to go and look for them in Madagascar in the wild. Although I guess you'd have to have a lot of luck to actually find one. Anyway, that was the video for today. Something you might have noticed was that I didn't put one single clip of a gecko losing its tail. And the reason I did that was because we see lots of clips about tail autotomy, I think it's called. And we see them all the time. We've seen them 100 times, we've seen it explained 100 times, but there's so much other incredible, interesting stuff geckos do. I just wanted to show some different species and some other behaviors and stuff to mix it up a bit. So, I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please do comment, like, subscribe, and please do give me your suggestions for the next video. Thank you very much.